And so let's go ahead and get things started. Welcome everybody. This is going to be game number 2 of the Shots Fired Gaming Silver, Gold, and Platinum Tournament. This is going to be Syko going up against PikaBrOny. Spawning in the lower left-hand corner here on Deadwing Ladder Edition in the blue trunks. It is going to be Syko. And spawning in the lower right-hand corner in the pink trunks, representing Team Wumpus, it is PikaBrOny. So, definitely a very, very strange build coming out of Syko last game. Never, ever in my life have we seen a Protoss open up for a Nexus first, or at least in my opinion. I've never seen that. Do be aware that the stream is going to be on a 2-minute delay, so if you say anything in chat, I will be trying to respond to that as things come in, but it will be a little bit delayed. Feel free to continue the conversation at Twitter. Let me know who you guys think is going to win. You can send me a tweet at SC2Chaos with a 0. I'd be very interested to see what your guys' thoughts. Obviously, Syko definitely showed a very weak play in the very first game, so we'll have to see whether or not it continues. But I'd be curious to get your thoughts. Let me know what you guys are predicting as your scores. You know, see how things go. So, PikaBrOny going to be opening pretty much the same way he did last game. Going to be getting up his first assimilator, and we'll be getting his Cybernetics core ASAP. Wouldn't be surprised to see another 4-gate coming out of him. Wow, 5 guys in gas because he's just that OP. But does look like Syko going to be going for something very similar. Now, you know, I'd be really interested to see whether or not Syko was just like trolling last game or what the deal was. It's like, man, whoever goes for Nexus first, I don't know. And it is kind of interesting. He's actually going to rally his guys into the gas, and is going to go ahead and take a second gas relatively early as well. So, might see a little bit more tech and hopefully a little bit longer game than we saw last game. But looks like both players are scouting. Haven't really seen a whole lot so far. But yeah, Deadwing is kind of an interesting map. Definitely lends itself more towards a macro game just because of the way it is structured. So your natural is very, pretty well defended. I mean, you really only have to worry about this wall. Obviously, you do have some destructible rockets that you need to pay attention to, but in general, it's a relatively easy natural to take. ZVP tends to be kind of the hardest matchup to take this, but in general, it's not terrible. And then you've got these, you know, kind of the shorter path to get to your opponent's base, but there are 2 debris rocks that you have to get through in order to deal with that. Looks like PikaBrOny already going to go ahead and plant down his first pylon here, as he is chrono boosting out his Cybernetics, his Warp Gate research once again, so definitely going to be seeing a very similar build. Now, I'm really surprised no Mothership Core. Mothership Core tends to be kind of the core fundamental element of the PvP matchup, especially if you're planning on taking a relatively fast expansion. So, not quite sure what he's thinking so far. Still, did he ever scout? I don't know. Yeah, he is currently in the process of scouting. He does see that the chrono boost is going down on the Warp Gate research, so he should be preparing for this as much as he possibly can. Still no chrono boost coming out of him to get more units out, so we'll have to see whether or not he can defend it. 3 Stalkers and a Zealot going to be coming in. Needs to make sure that, the Stalker will go down. It looks like Syko is going to be running into some problems very similar to last game. Is going to go ahead and plant down the Twilight Council behind this, but will he be able to defend this in time? Still no sentry to force field the ramp, and actually, PikaBrOny just going to play it safe for now. Is going to go ahead and attack the Nexus. Actually thinking about poking up in the main. Zealot's going to try and fend off for the time being. Definitely going to be very short-lived. And PikaBrOny getting in here, going to be definitely playing more cheesy style, that's for sure. Probes are being pulled, trying to get a good surround. Not quite the surround he's looking for, but Zealous going to town on some of these pylons. That could potentially lead for some pretty gnarly outcomes. But yeah, PikaBrOny definitely flexing his muscles, getting things going. Now this is a best of 5 series, so we definitely need to keep that in mind. So Syko will have one more opportunity to get himself back into this. Syko's like, wow, that's a lot of units. Doesn't really know what to do about that. GG is going to be called, and that is going to be game number 2. PikaBrOny flexing his muscles, doing how he does it. Yeah, so definitely a very, very dominating game. Yeah, holy cow.